then she like forgives Morgaine for sleeping with Arthur. She finds that out as a child. Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay. Are there any characters who do not conform to normal behavior for the gender? How? And how are these characters affected by this behavior? Do other characters and the author perceive them? How do you know?
Igraine doesn't conform to the normal behavior because she's not really a feminist. She's fine with men ruling and her being a follower, which is the church way. She disagrees with Vivian about how women should be leaders, which is the old faith pro-women. She wants to be a follower, not a leader, unlike the other women of the Avalon Society.
I feel like Morgaine came out of like the regular role of women because she came out like really like strong and confident because she was under the influence of like Avalon, so she learned like under the high priestess to like use her powers well, and when she had to like come over a situation like learning that she slept with her brother, she knew that she couldn't tell her brother because of like she didn't want to upset him, and she just tried to like deal with everything that she could without like being, I guess, weak about it. Yeah, but she also didn't conform because she didn't take care of her own child. He kind of got stolen from her, so.
No, that wasn't her choice.
Yeah, it wasn't her choice. Igraine, yeah, she stole her baby away from her.
And
then
raised
returned it to
her.
us. That was like, a jerk.
Do the characters seem to pay a price for the gender or enjoy rewards? What rewards or advantages do the female characters enjoy for being women? Well, they don't really have any rewards.
They just go
Like,
along with their life.
They're all
Yeah.
equal.
Yeah.
She gets banished with Lancelot. Like, there's no like, oh, since you're a woman, you get to stay.
Yeah, there's like no punishments, but there's no rewards either. It's just like day to day what you're going to do. It's all planned out for you.
Oh, last question is, what are the silences and gaps in the text? What is not expressed? What is not represented? Whose voices are not heard? And what questions are not answered? And why? Well, in the text, we mainly just hear Morgaine, and like it's different from the movie because it says here like she was resented and she hated her brother, but in the movie she actually really cared about her brother, and we actually didn't learn much from Arthur because we didn't really see his point of view since it was like about like Miss of Avalon.
Because it's all feminist, not about the men more. His story isn't heard compared to Vivian's.
I feel like it's not answered if Arthur loves his sister in the text. It's just her opinion about him, and she doesn't like him at first when she used to grow to love him. And then, yeah, so we don't know.
Like, I think that like in the text it said that Morgan hated his brother, but like because when we see the like video, it did not really say he hate him. But like at the beginning, like when his mom was married to Arthur's father, she didn't really say that she loved his brother either. But like maybe because time passed and they were like living together, they built up a relationship with each other because of the time.
I think she was probably just really upset that her mother, well, her father died, but it was because her mother's new husband killed him. Yeah, so I guess that was really upsetting for her. I think it would be for anybody, so she would resent her brother. Yeah.
There's another question that says which characters pay a price for the gender. I say Gorlois, who was the ex-husband of Igraine, who's Igraine's husband before she met her future husband. He can't control the future of his wife being with another man other than him. Igraine is the one who gets a choice to stay with him or be with the one with the tattoo of a dragon, which is the one that she sees in her dream.
I think that's it.
We have questions. Wait. We got about 5 minutes. Do we have questions from the outside to help them out? Go ahead.
I have a question. You said that Ray was really not a feminist. You kind of said why, but like, do you? Like, is there any other reason why she wouldn't be? Do you think she doesn't want to be a feminist? Or?
Well, in the beginning, she didn't want to become a feminist because she didn't want to follow the others. But once, like, towards the ending of the movie, she started, like, realizing that she has a gift and that she can see the future. And so she starts converting more over to the Miss of Avalon side. And so she conforms more to the feminist side when she learns more about it.
I really feel like she didn't want to, like, she wasn't a feminist at first because she wanted to please her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because so she wasn't a feminist because she wanted to.
Yeah, she was the one in, like, the very beginning who wasn't married and really wanted to be married. Yeah.
Were there any men who weren't okay with the feminist ways?
It didn't describe it. It was more of the women's side.
Yeah.
You don't really get to hear
The man's
the men's
yeah.
side.
It was Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Morgane and Vivian, yeah.
Yeah, it's really from their point of
View. There's no.
yeah.
So you're saying feminists want to be leaders, not followers?
That's not what we're saying, but that's what the movie is kind of saying. They kind of take it to extremes, which feminism is more like equality for men and women, not leaders as women or leaders as men. But in the movie, there's more of a fine line saying, like, maybe feminists are, I wouldn't say better, but, like, have more power than men. But in today's society, it's more about equality.
So maybe I misheard this, but why did Agrain want to be a follower and not a leader?
Well, she didn't know much about the feminist side before, and so she wanted just to follow her husband and be like the church way, because she thought the church way would be better than the old faith. She was more familiar with the church way, which is men ruling and women following.
Yes. In the beginning of the movie, I noticed that they show Merlin. He takes Arthur and stuff. Did he have a big role in playing on the feminist side, or no? Or was he just there to train Arthur?
Not really. He was just kind of.
Not in person.
He was more of like. I feel
Wanting
like.
to be equal.
Yeah, he was very equal as
The high priestess.
the high priestess, and I feel like they were kind of in love
Yeah.
in that one, and there wasn't a Nimue character in it. But,
It was more like you saw him through magic. You didn't see him in person. Like Miss of Avalon is magic. They opened the gates to Miss of Avalon, which is the help of Merlin, even though he's not in person.
he was definitely equal.
Mm-hmm.
Luis.
What was the real major conflict in the whole story?
Oh my gosh, they're like. I feel like it was trying to show like the power of Avalon because like after Morgane kind of like gave up hope for Avalon, she kind of started to lose her powers and she couldn't enter Avalon anymore. And then it was kind of like the loss of the battle with Arthur and Morgane's son both died. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, there was a conflict between Mordred and Morgane. Mordred was trying to take over Avalon and Camelot, and
Yeah.
he wanted to rule instead of having the women rule and be equal. He wanted the men to be leaders, not the women.
I don't know, he's just crazy.
Yeah.
Weren't you just in the story this time?
He is.
Yeah,
He is in the
his
story.
son.
His son.
Yeah.
They like make him out as evil instead of like
Crazy.
yeah, crazy. He's
Really
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Questions?
We have no questions.
No question.
Just has one last question.
Good.
What was the whole scene with the like I saw in the video on the one like the stag and then like it was like a festival kind of thing and she was like
They were all.
They were. It was the best.
It was like.
I mean, was there any purpose?
It was like the hunter was killing his prey, I guess. So like
Yeah, it was
taking.
that type of scene.
It was just so weird.
It was really
It just kind of comes out of nowhere.
You just watch the threes.
What was the relation between the brother and the sister after that?
Well, okay,
he didn't
he
know
didn't really
that.
know until the very
He
end.
didn't know until
Right. She knew about it. She just wanted to protect him from like everything.
Mordred told him.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Mordred told him when he came to like over.
Yeah, Mordred's son.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm your son, and he's like, wait, then who's the mother? And he's like, Morgan.
Yeah, it just comes out like it comes out in a fury. It's like something that when you're really arguing and just stuff comes out, and that's what happened, and everything went crazy from there.
Give them a hand! All right, let me come around and ask, what was your favorite of the
I
comments?
have it. Wait, don't. 5 seconds. I have it. Is it
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
No punishment or rewards for women. Your day is planned out for you.
Very good.
I got one. Genevieve had a threesome to try and have a baby, but still couldn't have a baby. It's kind of ironic.
All right.
Mine was Igraine agrees with men, really, and goes against society, even though she wants to be, she can't be a feminist.
Very good.
Mine was men and women are equal, and women don't really get rewarded for anything. Mine was also that like the men and women are equal, and that like all the it was all about the feminists and not about the men.
Brittany.
I put Arthur's story really isn't heard in this version of the text.
All right. Very good.
Women have no punishments, but no rewards.
All right.
Can I do the same one?
Excellent.
Mine was the one about the one about like having babies and stuff.
All right.
I wrote the same about Alyssa, how women have no rewards but no punishments either.
Very good. Evelyn.
The comment was interesting when the question presented itself. Do any women go against protocol? And Igraine was a follower but not a leader.
Excellent.
Mine was men and, like, I like what they said in the beginning, men and women are equal, kind of like Merlin and the High Priestess, because they're like for the same purpose.
Very good.
I like when they said that some women are leaders, but some just wanted to be, like, they wanted to be equal to men. But at the beginning, some people wanted to go the traditional way and then found out, like, they switched over to wanting to be equal.
Very good.
Oh, my favorite.
I won't be free until, like,
Oh yeah, my favorite was
so I was just gonna pick it
I was
up.
saying Morgana like at first she doesn't specifically say that she even likes Arthur, but then through the course of time she's eventually like, you know what, Arthur's pretty cool.
I said in the story Morgane hated Arthur, but in the movie they were very close and she loves him.
Excellent.
Morgan knows that she can't tell her brother that she's really her sister.
All right.
And mine is that women are expected to play a really typical role in the family and really have no rewards or punishments for what they do.
All right. Excellent. Please.
Igraine was like not really a feminist, she was like more like a men and
Very good.
I like the comment about poor Gorlois, who was like punished for his gender hardcore.
All right.
I liked how they acknowledged that Arthur's point of view wasn't really revealed due to the feminist standpoint.
Very good.
Yeah, I said how like the men and women have like the same roles, which makes them equal.
All right, you owe me a comment from the first one. I didn't forget. So you can give me a second comment.
Oh, I liked how the like they acknowledged that the poor were like born into the poor, and like it was like a long chain of them. They didn't really get into the rich society easily.
Very good.
I liked when they said that Igraine denies the old ways and wishes to be a follower and the follower of the church.